Lauren Vandermast here with Be Free Shine, and I'm doing a follow-up video to the binge eating tutorial that I did. So a lot of you would have seen that video. It was a tool I put together. It was a tool that I used to stop, finally end binge eating, and I gave that to you in that video. I think if you haven't seen it, I'm going to post a link so that you can go and see that and see what I'm talking about. But I've been speaking to a lot of you over the last week about the binge eating, and so much has come up from this, and it's really inspired me, and it's also really reminded me of just how dark it was. Every single person I've spoken to, they keep it hidden. I kept it hidden. They somehow I mean, from my own experience, I was so lonely. I was so depressed. It was ruining my whole life. I was having one epic relationship after another. I was always at war with my body, like in a serious way. I hated myself every single second of every single day, completely hated myself. I was desperately trying to control it. It was interfering with my work. I ended up broke for a good period of time, which led me to stealing food, not from the shops. I was stealing because I was living with other people. I tried to take little bits of every sort of food that they had, so I didn't care what it was. I just ate it. I was intolerant to gluten and wheat, and binging on that because that's the cheapest you could get. I had broken up with McDonald's and drive-thrus when I was a teenager, but it hit a point where I was so well known in my area, and when the binge eating came back in full force and I put so much weight on, I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go anywhere because no matter where I went, I'd bump into at least one person that knew me or more. So I started going back through the Macca's drive-thrus. And I guess the lowest point was just before it stopped. Another breakup, completely shattered, completely heartbroken. And I guess I just happened to come across the right person at exactly the right time. And she was a coach, and she said something to me I don't really think she realizes how life-changing what she said to me was. And it was the only thing I had, and I was just so messed up and so devastated and heartbroken and desperate that I took what she said and I committed myself 100% because I had nothing else to do. I was fucked. I had no money, I had no work, I was alone, I had no friends, I had nothing. And I took what she said and I held on to that 100%, and I committed 100%. Like, there was no turning back. I had nothing to turn back to. And that was it. That was what changed my life right there, and stopped the binge eating and stopped the destructive behavior with the relationships and all these, crazy cycles. I don't think I realized until I looked back on it how quickly it worked. I committed 100%, and within a week, it was all gone. All of it was all gone because I took that step and committed. The reason I decided to put this video together was because after speaking with so many of you and hearing you all describe the same thing, how alone you feel because you don't know who to talk to, how you feel like you must just be a little bit crazy because everybody that I speak to seems to think they're the only person going through it. And I don't know if this is comforting or not, but it is incredibly common, so common. Every single person I speak to trying to lose weight has something along these lines going on. It's not great that it's common, but it's definitely why I'm here. Because when I after I'd broken through the binge eating and started looking around, I could see it, and it's big. And I guess the reason I'm so passionate about it is, for a start, you don't have to go through it. but I'm also looking at the ripple effect. I see the damage it does, not just to yourself, not just to the way you look, not just to your health, not just to your relationships, but it damages your kids and just keeps getting passed down over and over and over again until someone stops it. Something that you might not have thought of before when you think about the binge eating is that it is an addiction and it is a form of self-harm. And what I guess I'm kind of struggling with now is wondering that if someone like me, if me now was able to go back and speak to me when I was binge eating, if I would have actually understood what I was saying, if that makes sense. I don't even think I knew I was binge eating. I just knew I really liked food and I ate a lot of food. I don't even know if I really knew it was an eating disorder and that I was actually harming myself in a really serious way and I was completely addicted to it. The one thing I know with the binge eating, if you want it to stop, if you've had enough, you have to be 100% committed. When I broke it, I was 100% committed. Every single person that I've coached through this process was 100% committed. So if you've had enough, if you're sick of living in the dark, if you're sick of hiding this eating disorder, this binge eating, if you're sick of it messing with the way you look your whole life, the only thing you have to do in this very moment is hit reply and send me an email and tell me you've had enough and tell me what's going on. Or if you're watching this on Facebook, send me a private message. I know that with the commitment, you can end it and you'll look back on it and think, I can't believe I didn't do this sooner. That was a lot easier than I thought. The thing that I don't know is how this is going to sound, how it's going to sound for me telling you that there's a solution for you when you're in that dark place. Because like I said, I can't remember if I would have responded to someone saying, I can help you get out. I can help you. So yeah, that's just what I wanted to share. And if you really seriously have had enough, like I said, all you need to do is hit reply, send that private message, and I'll get in touch and we'll get you out. Anyway, have a really awesome day.